Florida's, like I said, man, Florida's a fucking backward state shit. You know, I've never seen anywhere up to this date um, political ads in Florida where every white man has a semi-automatic rifle by his side. Some with their family. Now imagine that in America, 2022, that black men running for Congress or running for senators
Had AR-15s
have
or
AR-15 semi-automatic rifles, smiling with their white wife and black kids. No, with their with their you know with their wife and their kids. That shit wouldn't fly. You know what? It would be a mandatory fucking they would change the fucking gun laws in America within 6 months. I promise you that shit.
you bring out a very good point there, and you know what? I totally agree with you 100% there because if every legal, able-bodied uh, black man and black woman were to go out there and start buying AR-15s and whatever else that
That's what we need
everybody
to
else is
do.
buying,
That's what we need
you're
to
right.
do.
They'd have legislation on the Senate floor, on the House floor immediately. On the hey, we got to do something about this. There's too many guns out there now.
Yeah. And guess what? It will happen on the Democratic front. Republicans don't give a shit. They don't give a shit who have a gun. They say everybody need a gun.
Anybody have a gun? Not
That's
one,
right.
not two.
These motherfucking liberal progressives, quote unquote, what they call them woke, you know, those motherfuckers that don't want you to have a gun. Like I said, you need one or two, and maybe three. You know, in
I'll
case
back up
some
for the
shit.
backup.
That's right. Back up for the backup, baby.
Okay, so let's talk about this wokeism. I mean, that's a great segue right there. So, when you have, say, these conservatives saying, "Hey, we don't want to deal with this woke population," or "Oh, they're woke now," or whatever. It's like, um, I've watched some different segments and different attitudes towards this, and one of the ones that really kind of stuck out with me is people who they call people woke who are aware of the surroundings that they're in and the politics surrounding them, and being intellectual on that part of it there. But the whole woke term has been bastardized, in my opinion, as to where now it's kind of a derogatory type of thing. It's like, oh well, this person doesn't like living in America, or this or that. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
So, what you have to realize that the term woke came from the streets. Stay woke, nigga. You know
Right.
that just that just means be aware. You know, stay woke. Now, like I said, these liberal motherfuckers then turn that shit into something different. You know, it's not truly about being aware. You know, it's like this whole cancel culture and shit. You can't say shit that offends some fucking body. That's why I give zero fucks. I mean, zero fucks. If you ask my
You're
opinion,
saying zero, sir, as in goose egg?
yeah, as in goose egg, I give zero fucks. If you ask my opinion, I'm gonna give you my opinion. If you don't, I'm not gonna do it. But back to the term wokeist or wokeism. Um, progressive use that as like, a progressive term, and the conservatives use that as a bad term. Um, woke just means, just like I said before, just being aware, Um, make sure you know what's going on when you you're going to go get that shot. All right, is it the shot? You know, um, hey, are they teaching my kids, you know, what I think is important to me? You know, um, so it can mean a lot of different terms to different people. Um, but I think the way conservatives are using it is, like you said, it's just bastardizing the word. So,
All right. So, moving on to, and great explanation, by the way. So, thank you for your insight on that. Next topic, capitalism. So, in my opinion, capitalism works because at the end of the day, somebody's either losing land or, or, or getting fucked over. They're taking it in the ass. So,
right.
slavery, convict labor, what have you.
When there's
Um,
blood on the streets, you buy property.
correct. So, um, in terms of this system of capitalism, that we have here, it's all premised on cheap or free labor. One of the dirty secrets about what's going on with the with our porous border, if you would, with Mexico, is that in order for us to get the cheap produce and some other cheaper things that we have, there's a lot of migrant labor that comes here that's usually working in pretty bad conditions or working off the books or working for a lot less than say the average person is going to accept monetarily. And so um, it starts somewhere and then it builds from there. So your thoughts on that?
Look, white folk and black folk, for the most part, are not picking fucking cabbage, tomatoes, uh, onions, or whatever is out there that's grown in the fields. So we do need migrant workers. Um, it's unfortunate that we call them migrant workers because that kind of it kind of puts them in a class situation that you know some may see that they're never going to be nothing but a migrant worker. Classism, something that they have in fucking India or some shit like that.
Kind
Um,
of like a class system or
yeah,
almost,
classism. Yeah. Um,
or I'm sorry, caste system. That's what I meant to say.
caste. Yeah, 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 you go. Um, look, um, we need we need workers. They're going to do the jobs that we're not going to do because we're not going to do that. You know, capitalism is built on making money at the lowest price, making the most money at the lowest price, the lowest labor price, making the most money. Okay.
Correct. Profit
So,
margins.
yeah,
The larger the profit margin, the better.
yes. So, why you think iPhones and Androids are made in fucking China? The labor
Because it's
costs.
a lot cheaper to make them
Yeah.
overseas where you have you've got skilled laborers, but at the same time, they can get away with paying them a lot less than what they would make here.
Yeah. And guess what? Guess what we always bitch about? No fucking jobs here for, skilled laborers. But guess what? That's capitalism. You want to go to the place where you're going to make the most money with the least fucking problems. That's capitalism. But we always fucking bitch and moan about that shit. You know, we always fucking bitch and moan about gas prices. And guess what? Texas only got enough. They don't, they ain't got a lot of fucking oil in Texas. You know, so you can fucking pump and pump and pump all you fucking want, but you're only gonna get a certain amount of oil from Texas. But you're gonna get all that fucking oil over over in Arabia. You know, that's where you're gonna get it. So we got to deal with it. You know, so fucking get over it, people.
Two things on that. The first being, so like when it comes to oil, and I'll start with that one, and that is, you hear people talk all the time. Well, when Trump was in office, we were pumping more and this and that, and this goes back to the whole capitalism thing because this country does produce a shit ton of oil. However, it's sold on the open market, and don't think that for 1 minute that any of these oil companies are going to be trying to sell to the U.S. at a discount when they know they can get top dollar on the world market. That's the first thing. The second thing, and this is just psychology here, and that is everybody wants to pay Walmart prices, but want CEO pay. And there's capitalism.
There you go. That's hey, shit. That's what it is, man. That's we live in that society, and I'm not saying it's a bad society. I'm not saying it's a good society. That's just the society that we live in right
That's,
now.
that's the story that it is, brother.
Yeah, you know, on certain shit, you just gotta be fucking sweet. You gotta be fucking neutral. You know, I guess we not neutral no more because they in fucking NATO now, and they fighting the Russians and shit. But that's for another
Uh,
discussion.
the whole proxy war over there in Ukraine and Russia, yeah, we'll definitely have to delve into that at some other time as more
Yeah,
comes out of this.
yeah. Black people don't give a fuck about that shit.
No,
Yeah,
because
fucking
most black
Ukraine.
people just trying to survive. That's all.
That's right. Fucking Afghanistan. Who gives about them bitches in Afghanistan? Nobody. Remember before everybody was crying about the kids. Now nobody don't. You never hear about that shit. You don't hear about it no more. It's just a fleeting, you know, fleeting, whatever.
News story.
Yeah, new fucking story, dog. But hey, it's great that